Hey everyone, good morning or afternoon or evening or whenever you're watching this. It's morning for me. Today we are going to learn how to solve equations with rational coefficients. So the objective is that students will be able to solve equations with rational coefficients. Pretty straightforward here, that's our goal. Let's get to it. Before we begin, I just wanted to give a reminder that rational numbers can be expressed as fractions. Dun dun dun, we hate fractions. Well, they're not so bad. So this is why I actually split this into its own lesson so we could focus on learning how to solve equations. Now we're going to throw some fractions in there, and it will be a review of fraction operations. So if you needed to review those, there is a fraction operation video in your Google Classroom under your review unit. But I will go through the steps here as well so that you can get a kind of a refresher again, because I know that sometimes fractions can freak us out. I think the easiest way to learn this is just by doing some examples like we usually do. And again, these examples might be good to write down. Wink, 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 cough, wink. Our goal is the same. We still want to solve for x. We still want to get x by itself. Okay? Okay. I'm going to pretend I see everyone nodding at me. We want to get x by itself, which means we have to get rid of this 2/9. So when a number or a fraction here is right next to a variable, the coefficient, when they're right next to each other, that expresses multiplication. So to undo that, we need to divide. Now, I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, no thanks, I don't want to divide by a fraction. It's not that bad. In order to make it go away or to divide by it here, we're going to multiply it by the reciprocal, which means we flip the numerator and the denominator, or the top and the bottom. So to get rid of 2/9, I'm going to multiply both sides with my dot, not my x. I'm going to multiply both sides by 9/2. To make it disappear. Now remember, this works because when you multiply top times top and bottom times bottom. So 9 times 2 is 18, and 2 times 9 is 18. 18/18 is 1, which means we got x by itself. You don't need to write this step right here. I did to show you why it works. You can just go from here to here. And really, you don't even need that 1. You can just make it be x because we know there's that 1 there. There's one of them, right? So you can go ahead and just leave it like that. Right to the x. I just want to show you why it works. And remember, any whole number, this guy, or integer actually, you can just put over 1 to make it a fraction. Because 6 divided by 1, or 6/1, is just 6. So we can write it that way to make it easier for us to multiply. We're multiplying top times top and bottom times bottom. So 6 times 9 is 54 over 1 times 2, which is 2. Now, we are not finished because it can be simplified. So you're going to have to reduce this. That will give you the most correct answer here. So when I reduce, 2 goes into 54, 27 times evenly. And that is our answer. So the solving part is the exact same, right? Now we're just adding that little extra piece that we might not love, our fractions. are rational numbers. Or do you need another second for that guy? I don't have anyone sitting in the desk going like, stop, Missy, slow down. I'm a speed racer sometimes on accident. Good thing you can pause me. Make me be quiet on your own. Let's try this guy. Same thing like we normally would solve. We're going to distribute. We've got 3/4 x. And now we need to take 3/4 and multiply it times 15. Which will be, I'm going to do work over on the side here. I'll choose a different color so that we don't get confused. Okay, so this is what we end up with here. It actually can't be simplified any further. They don't have anything else in common. So now we need to, before we're going to solve just like normal, so we're going to use the reverse order of operations. So we have to move this fraction over this direction here. We're going to add that to both sides of our equation. Remember, we've got our equation here. Boop, boop, boop. That goes away. We're left with this on the side of the equal sign. Now, we're going to have to do what we did in our fraction operations to add these together. Because I don't necessarily want decimals. It's easier to work in all fractions. So we are going to remember it's over 1. We need to add that to 45 over 4. But they need a common denominator. We're going to make our common denominator 4 because we already have one. So to get from 1 to 4, we multiply by 4, which means we have to multiply -6 by 4. So that's -24. And now we can add straight across. This is like my side work, if you could tell here, to deal with all of our fractions. So we've got -24 plus 45 is going to give us a positive 21 over 4. 4 goes into 21 5 times with 1 left over. But for now, I actually want to leave it like this. We're going to simplify it at the end because we have to multiply both sides by the reciprocal, which is 4 over 3. So that goes away. 4 times 21 is 84 over 12. 3 times 4. And we simplify at the end, that's 7. Sorry, I was going to have you put it into a mixed number, but then you just have to put it right back into a fraction. So we're going to keep it as a fraction until we're all the way done. And then we can find our answer that 7 equals x. Whew, kind of a lot. I know. But you just have to deal with the fractions and the equation stays the same. We're going to do one more together here. I don't know if I'm going to have room to do my work over here. We want all of our x's on one side of the equal sign. I don't know if this is helpful to you guys or not, to put this line, to know that we have to do the same thing to both sides. We'll say it is helpful. All right. So to get both of our x's on one side, I'm going to move the smaller one. That's what I like to do, remember? So I'm going to add 3/5 x to both sides. I'm moving the whole thing with the x. So that goes away. Got 28 equals. And they do already have common denominators. Woohoo! Make it a little bit easier. Already have some common denominators. So we just have to add the top. So 2/5 plus 3/5, 5/5 x minus 3. Okay, now before we deal with this fraction, even though you may already see what you want to do with it, I'm going to keep just following my order of operations backwards, and I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So I get 5/5 x equals 31, and 5 over 5 is 1, so we get x equals 31. We didn't end on a bad one there. It looked bad, but it really wasn't. Can't judge an equation by its first step, I guess. That was pretty bad. I'll try again next video to be cooler. I really, 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 really want you to, just to show that's extra work, have these written down, or a picture, or something. Because if you can get these 3 down and understand them, you get 3 points on your assignment. I'm not even going to pretend or wink or anything. These 3 examples, I'm going to ask you the answers to them on your assignment. So get at least 3 right here. If you have any extra questions about fractions, please just go ahead and give me a call or a text. You can email me too, but always have my phone on me. And I would love to help you or video chat or meet with you, and we can get this figured out. So far, this is probably our least favorite because I know we don't like fractions. But if you follow the steps and just deal with the fractions as they come, it's the same thing as solving the other equations. I hope that you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day or night or evening or whatever, and I will talk to you later. I also wanted to just show you this because it's very important in this lesson. So it's not an X anymore, it's a dot. Our code word will be Kev. It's our code word. All right. There he is. Dot, not the X.